Hi, I'm Mike Webb from Webb Outdoors, and this weekend will be our third event for the Central Elite Tour. It'll be held on Stockton Lake, and with the water warming up, the fish are trying to move in, and the forecast says we could have a lot of rain this week. There should be a lot of fish caught. I hope to see you there.
Bakersfield, Missouri pro Gail Julian works a jewel jig over shallow rocks in Suns Creek. Julian puts a solid keeper in the boat on his way to a nice limit. Republic, Missouri pro Jeff Durr works a jewel shaky head in Old State Park. Ozark, Missouri pro Steve Bayo throwing a wigglewort in Old State Park. Nitro pro Joe Brantley works a jig in RB Cove. Brantley boats a small keeper, but it doesn't help his limit. Back in Old State Park, Jeff Raymer is working a jig in shallow pockets. With only moments left before 3 o'clock anglers make their way back to the RB boat ramp on the north end of Stockton Lake for the final day weigh-in.
707. Marty, hold that fish up, would you? Thank you, Marty. 707. Right now, that's big bass, and Marty's going to add 4 more to that. Marty, what'd you catch that big fish on?
Oh no, one of them G5s that we custom paint.
Crankbait?
Yeah, it's a copy of a wiggle work. We started making them, we put some custom colors out there about, me and my brother-in-law, we started painting them, and I guess we got 7 or 8 colors out. We're selling, doing real well with them.
Well, it's obvious they catch fish. Here we go. Big bag of the day so far. $14.94. $14.94, Marty. It's 2-day total, Sherry. I believe that's a new leader. That is a new leader right now. $24.54. Marty, thank you. Great job. All right. Bobby Albert. Probably the person more people pick to win this than anybody. He's in second place with $14.51 going into today. Bobby, do you have a limit? Bobby's got a limit. Sherry, what's he need to take the lead? I think he could weigh 2 fish and do that, or 3. 10:04 is what Bobby Albert needs to take the lead. 10:04. You're going to see a new leader right here. This is going to be what you need to beat. Wow. That's 2 very consistent days. 15:27. 29.78 is what you got to win to beat to win. Bobby, what'd you catch him on?
Wiggle wart and a jig.
Was that both days, or did you have to change up?
I did the same thing both days. I caught a limit on a wiggle wart and then run to dirty water and flipped the jig the rest of the day.
Now, when you went to the river to flip the dirty water, was that the bushes, I'm assuming?
Lay downs and bushes. I think I only caught 2 keepers doing that yesterday and 3 today, but I caught my better fish.
Well, you're always a threat on this lake, and that's why, buddy. Congratulations, you're leading this event with 29.78. Good job. Brent Algio, he is the winner of our last event on Table Rock. Walked away with it. $12.58. Sherry, where's that put Brent at? Brent Algio's in second place right now. Brent, tell us what you did to catch your fish yesterday and today, and if you had to make any changes.
Well, actually, I caught about 30 keepers each day, but I went to a big swim bait yesterday about 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. Caught 1 or 2, then I put it down until 2 o'clock, and I wish I'd have never put it down. I caught my limit that I had today, and then I lost my only swim bait that was exactly like that, and they wouldn't bite anything else. It was close. I was throwing a 6-inch Osprey top hook. They just, for whatever reason, it was the one that they liked, and it's the only one I had. Yeah, they were on big rocks. Anywhere there was a transition, you had a big, rock that stuck out of the ordinary. They were real shallow. You could catch them on anything, but if you had that big swim bait, it seemed like the bigger fish come up and ate it versus a spinnerbait or wiggle wart or a jig.
Well, that's not bad. Right now you're in second place. You won the last event, so quite the fisherman. Brent, appreciate you fishing with us. Eric Prey coming up here. Eric was leading this event yesterday with $14.89. $14.89. You going to weigh anything for big, Eric?
Yeah, I think I'll weigh this one for big. Yeah.
Okay. We'll wait. Right now, big bass is 707. Second big bass is 681. That's a nice one. Yesterday you had a 552.
Yes.
You just showed that one up, didn't you? 564. Sherry Webb, what does he need? Eric Prey, to take the lead, you need 31 pounds. I'm sorry.
Well, I sure don't have that.
1490 to take the lead. He says he's not going to do it. Said it won't do it. 5 total. Here we go. 1298. Where's that put him at, Sherry? Second place, Eric.
Yes, sir.
Yesterday you had a great day. Today you had another great day. What did you do different today, or did you do the same thing you did the first day?
I fished the same banks. I fished the same way. Pretty much both the big fish I had yesterday and that one today were both on a jewel shaky head, a heavy shaky head with a Magnum finesse worm on it, and they were both in the exact same spot, both in the same notch and rocks. Just like Brent said earlier, the fish they're on rock, and they can be in a foot of water, or I caught them as deep as 20 feet deep today. Most of my fish were either on a shaky head, on a wigglewort, or on a jewel spider jig. Those are the three baits I threw, and that's all I have on my deck, and those are the baits I threw both days.
Well, you like to fish the river also. Did you catch yours in the clear water, or did you go to the dirty water?
I fished the dirty water to start off. I was in Mays Creek both days. After that storm blew in, it seemed the wind changed directions, and it seemed to hurt that bite. I didn't get another keeper in there. I ran up into the river, and it was pretty crowded, and didn't really see anything I liked, and came down here and wound up catching 4 more keepers down here in the clear water.
Well, congratulations, Eric. 2 great days of fishing, buddy.
And now it's time for Winning Ways, brought to you by Web Outdoors, where champions share their keys to success.
I was starting out the first 4 hours of every morning fishing Main Lake, 45-degree bank, and I was trying to keep the boat in 10 to 12 foot of water, catching most of my fish in probably 5 to 8 foot of water. Spending the first 4 hours with a wigglewort, and when I got a limit that would weigh somewhere between probably 11 and 12 pounds, I would get a flipping stick out with a 9/16 ounce jig and go to dirtier water and fish laydowns the last 4 hours of the day. Wasn't getting very many bites doing that, but probably 4 bites each day in the last 4 hours, but 2 keepers each day that helped me. A 3-pounder the first day and a 3.5-pounder. Second day I caught a 3-pounder and a 4.5-pounder. And wigglewort, it was the clearer, colder water, I was getting more bites. If I got into dirtier water, they just quit biting it. I don't know what the difference was, and I was keying on Main Lake to Main Lake points, any 45-degree banks. Normally I'm looking for transition areas this time of year where the pea gravel goes to chunk rock, but I couldn't find any fish going to in coves. Everything was on Main Lake, and you just had to run a lot of Main Lake bank. On the wigglewort, I was catching probably 10 to 15 keepers a day, and after I picked up the jig, it got really tough, but I knew I could get better quality. I just couldn't commit to that early because I didn't think I could get 5 bites a day on a jig. When I switched to the river and the dirty water, I was basically fishing about the same type of stuff, and every bite I got was on wood, but it was on the same type bank, 45-degree bank. Didn't catch anything inside coves yet. I believe the water temperature was in the 50s, and up the river it was in the high 50s. Main Lake, it was in the low 50s. I'd really like to thank Nitro, Bass Pro Shop for putting me on their team, Mercury Motors, Purcell Tire, Motor Guide.
Well, Stockton Lake did not disappoint us. After the first day, everybody weighed in fish. And going into the second day, it was neck and neck with the top 3 anglers. But at the end, local favorite Bobby Albert edged out Eric Prey by 1.5 pounds to win our 3rd event. Now our next event is going to be May 17th and 18th on Bull Shoals Lake out of Bull Shoals, Arkansas. And there should be a lot of fish caught there also. And I hope to see you there.